Hello and welcome back guys to another F1 video. Today we'll be doing the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We currently sit in 10th in the driver standings with 38 points over our teammate who's on 32 points in 11th. We sit in 6th in the constructors overall as Aston Martin are over 100 points ahead of us and Visa Cash App are 49 points behind us as we go into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that our new parts have come through without any issue, so they'll be on the car, ready for the next race weekend.
On to qualifying, our last qualifying of the season.
Welcome along, everybody. It's the fastest day of the week, qualifying Saturday, and we're here in Abu Dhabi.
Around the final corner of the track to go into our first qualifying lap and our only qualifying lap of Q1 as we look to get ourselves out of Q1 today and hopefully into Q2 and see if we can go further from there. So we go around these couple corners. We're hoping that Gasly can also make it through to Q3 or at least around P11 as that would be ideal for us as we knock a bollard off. Around the final last turns of the track to finish our qualifying lap. At sector 2 we were up by a second and 2/10 on anyone else and we're well and truly ahead of the pack as we come in first for Q1. But it gets topped by Charles Leclerc as he goes even faster and so does Piastri. And Stroll goes faster than us. Lewis Hamilton tops the session over Norris and Perez. We came in P9 in the end after looking like we were the fastest on the track with a 1:24.4. Gasly comes 12th with a 1:24.6. And there's 5 drivers eliminated, the 2 Haas cars, 1 Kick Sauber, 1 Williams and 1 Visa Cash App RB, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Joe, Sargent and Hulkenberg. Around the final last corners of the track to go into our first qualifying 2 run. We're on some new softs for this lap, as we're going to save the new softs for the very end of this session, and we'll hopefully have a spare set of softs for the race just in case of a perfectly timed safety car happens. So around the final corners of the track, as we look to post our first Q2 time, it's probably not going to be that competitive, as we are on new softs, but we'll hope to see what we can get. As we hope that this will be somewhere around others. As we go to the 1:25.4 and it's not even close to anyone else. So I'll have to come out on the used softs, on the fresh softs, and get a lap going there. We go over the line to start our final Q2 run. As we go across the line, we're looking to get in the Q3 if possible, or at least at around 11th and 12th, as that would be ideal for us getting a good start to get points. We round the final couple corners of the track as we're up by a second and 2/10. It's looking good for us to get through to Q3 if possible, as we'll go across the line with 1-3 improvement, and we go up to the top in second. Second for now as things change, but we've finished in second as no one else has done a better time. We're through to Q3. Oscar Piastri tops the session over myself and Russell. The 5 eliminated drivers are Hamilton, Gasly, Tsunoda, Albon and Bottas as we go into Q3. And the final corner of the track to go into our first and only Q3 lap. We go over the line to start the lap. Use ERS and DRS down the straight to get as much time as we possibly can out of it as we go into this chicane. We're looking anywhere from here would be ideal. I would like to hopefully beat Stroll out in the Aston Martin, but if we don't, we've still got P10 at least. around the final last corners of the track as we look to set our first and only Q3 time. Around the last corner, ERS and DRS on, and we go above Stroll into 10th, which could change if he improves his lap, as he is the last driver to go over the line. We'll have to wait and see. Oscar Piastri sets the fastest lap as Stroll goes over the line and he doesn't improve, so we'll start from P9.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Oscar Piastri tops the session over Verstappen and Perez. Lando comes in 4th with Russell, Charles Leclerc, Sainz and Alonso in 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. We come in P9 and Stroll in 10th with his time of 1:24.5.
Welcome to the Yas Marina circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers will be racing here at the Yas Marina circuit through 16 corners and a lap distance of around 3.28 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, so plenty of close racing, then plenty of speed and plenty of drama to be found in the laps ahead. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Daniel, Stroll, Gasly, Albon, Sargent, Hamilton, Joe, Tsunoda, Bottas, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Sainz, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. I don't know about you, Ant, but it seems like only a couple of weeks ago we were talking ahead of the first race. Here we are, ahead of the last race. This year has just flown by.
Yeah, a lot of races to cover these days in Formula One, Crofty, as you well know, doing them all yourself. But it's the same for the drivers. It comes at you thick and fast, and you've got to pace yourself as well to get to this point in the season. If it has gone your way, it's a great time to just enjoy it. There's nothing that can change in the championship pecking order, of course. If you've won the championship already, go out and enjoy this race and send yourself off through the winter break. If it's been a bit of a year to forget, you can try and take a bit of solace in this Grand Prix, end on a high and carry that energy into next season.
Over half the grid with penalties in this race. We're going to do mediums, hards, for about 12 or 11 laps on the mediums and 16 or 17 laps on the hards.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
Five lights, and away we go for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We get a decent start off the line, Stroll rocketing down the field. We look to the inside of Stroll, but we're not going to be able to make the move, as there's contact from Stroll and Leclerc. We stick behind Stroll, we go down through these turns. Alonso dropping back behind myself and in front of Gasly. As Stroll and Leclerc look like they're ready to battle each other for position. As we use ERS down the straight to gain as much advantage as we can. As Stroll goes down the outside looking for an overtake on Leclerc. He goes around the outside going into the chicane. We look to make a move if possible, but we can't, as we're stuck behind Stroll and Leclerc. Stroll ends up not making a move, as Leclerc was too fast for him. We look to the outside of Stroll to make a move going into this turn, and we can so successfully, and we get ahead of Stroll, as we're up into 5th now. Next is Leclerc, as he looks to race his way. Well, I've gone through the last few turns of the lap. Almost finished the first lap of the Grand Prix as we've gone up 1 position on Stroll. Even though Stroll actually started behind us and he had a rocket at the start and got his way ahead. Lando Norris leads the race as he's leading over Verstappen. They're starting to lose out on DRS on Leclerc as he goes ahead quite fast. We got Stroll and Alonso to worry about behind us as we look to accelerate up the grid. We use ERS and DRS down the straight. Well, actually not DRS because we don't have DRS on him, as Stroll does, so the overtake's right now doing enough to keep us ahead of Stroll. As we go into the chicane. Gasly sitting in P8 at the moment for us, as I don't know what's happened further down the grid, whether Albon or Sargent have kept their positions, as there was many penalties this time, as everyone below Lewis Hamilton on the grid had a penalty. We take home the fastest lap for now, as we've gone the fastest around the track. Stroll and Alonso battle behind, as the McLaren driver of Norris is in first place at the moment over Verstappen. Then there comes Russell, Leclerc, myself, Stroll, Alonso, then Gasly. There's a bit of a gap now between ourselves and Alonso, as Alonso and Stroll battling each other. Not the greatest move to do, but it's just gotten Alonso ahead, so he's further up in the points. But he has lost DRS out on us, so he won't have us to get any more. He'll have to chase us down.
Flag.
Yellow flag behind as someone's come off the track. Not sure who yet, but we'll find out very soon. As it seems to be a Ferrari of Carlos Sainz.
Okay, they're out of this race.
Carlos Sainz out of the race. This could be his last race for Ferrari if they've signed Hamilton or anyone else. But we don't know what rumours are going to happen. We'll see if it's like real life or not in the next video. Gasly and Stroll battling behind as they look to battle each other for position. Currently Stroll winning that battle as Stroll kept himself ahead. As we keep on chasing down Leclerc and just trying to keep up with him so we can stay in the pack and have a possible chance of getting our first podium. As Gasly just took our chance of getting a podium in Las Vegas Grand Prix. Leclerc looking for a move on Russell as he goes around the outside, looking for a position as they go side by side into the chicane. Charles Leclerc had the lead for a little bit as we make contact with the back of him, and Russell is able to hold his own and keep his position in P3. Currently sitting 48% worn tyres as Leclerc and Russell battle again going into the chicane. As Leclerc seems to be able to clear him this time and gets ahead of Russell as we just sit behind watching the show happen. as Stroll and Gasly are battling for position as well in the same area of the track, and Gasly's made the position. Russell and Leclerc battling for position as we go very late into the corner. Russell isn't able to make the place as Stroll and Gasly fight for position. Gasly currently looking like he'll be able to make a position, and does. So Gasly is up into P7, or keeps his P7, and we're still in P5. Into the pits we come with Leclerc.
Up to speed
So
now.
we look to get a somewhat decent stop here, as that would be ideal to get us ahead of others, as our teammates also coming into pits, so we're double stacking. We'll have to have a really quick stop here,
Okay, go, go, go.
as we do, and we're not going to hold Gasly up at all, as we're right behind Charles Leclerc, as his stop must have been slightly slower as we go under the bridge. We come out with Sargent and Hulkenberg, so we've clearly gotten a pit stop on them with how we've gone on track. We go for a move on Charles Leclerc to get a position on him. We go around the outside into the turn, and we get the position done before the turn even happens. So we're up into P8 for the moment, but there would be a net P2 or net P3.
The Red Bull drivers just completed a pass for the lead.
Norris on the inside, going into the turn, and he backs out and lets Verstappen through. Let's research for any chance of overtaking Norris. Verstappen and Norris came on, as Norris goes around the outside and Verstappen looks for the position. He's able to get it through the corner, but he has a slow lead second position before that into P2. So Norris in P2 and Verstappen in P1. Charles Leclerc is also catching up to us now as well. Norris goes around the outside again, looking for a move if possible. He's going to stick to his guns and he's not got enough position yet. They're still battling side by side as Verstappen gets the position on Norris. He looks to the outside of Norris, so he can't get the move. All of Verstappen sit behind him. Charles Leclerc is now back in the rest lane with us, so we'll still keep our position on the podium. We look to get in position and we'll fill the move.
Gap to your teammate behind.
Verstappen looks for a move as we go around the outside, and Verstappen and Norris, and we take the lead going into the next corner as those two collided with myself. We're up into P1 in the race, as we look to hold on to at least a podium, as we haven't scored a podium yet in last season. Verstappen goes around the outside on the straight and takes the position off of us as we fall back into P2.
We need to stay on form.
Norris goes around the outside as well, looking for a position, as we'll just hold the inside line as we go into the turn. A little bit of contact between us two as we continue up the inside, and we hold on to our position for now as Norris goes down the inside into this corner. We have to give him the space, and we do, and he ends up giving us the position as we hold on to P2, but we do lose out on DRS on Verstappen. So we're going to have to be quick and get back into that DRS range. Norris and Leclerc battling each other for third position in the final podium spot, as they're falling further and further behind us, which gives us the safety of being able to get our first podium but we're still battling ahead against Verstappen for the win overall. So it'd be great to jump onto the podium straight into the winning spot in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We've currently got 43% warm tyres at the front, as we are only 3 laps away from the finish line. Charles Leclerc now within DRS as he looks to boost his way ahead. He looks to get himself up to second position, if possible, by the end of the race as we go deep into the corner, causing us to go very slowly and out of whack. Leclerc goes and overtakes us on the straight as he's able to make his position, and we fall back into third place in the race as we look to go around the outside out of the turn, and we do. We go around the outside going into the couple turns. We look for any switchback, but we're not going to be able to get it, and we'll fall into third place in the race. We use DRS and ERS down straight to keep ourselves ahead of Norris to get our first podium. We look to the outside of Leclerc as he doesn't leave us any room, and we go wide out of the corner. We're going to slow down just so we get our position, and we've lost out on the podium spot on Norris. We're just missing out on the podium again as we had to slow down, otherwise we would have taken a penalty into that corner. Fortunately, that's resulted in us falling off the podium spot, and we will not get our first podium in Abu Dhabi. We'll have to wait until next season to get our first podium. We round the final corners to get ourselves over the line. Fortunately, it's not a podium, but it is a solid P4 with the fastest lap.
Wow, there it is, mate. The checkered flag, and the checkered flag on the season as well. And what a season it's been. We've had our ups and downs, but you know what? I've really enjoyed working with you, and I hope we can do it again. Nice one, mate. See you back at the pits.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
And they're just starting to make it look easy out there. Now a hat-trick of wins. They're out there ahead. They've got the momentum on their side. And it's for the others now to try and up their game to stop that energy that they have.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently, and it's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be so proud of the victory they've secured here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. What a season it's been. I'm off to put my feet up now before it all starts again next year. Take care.
Verstappen tops the session over Leclerc and Norris. We came in P4, just missing out on the podium with the fastest lap. A teammate got P10 after being higher in the points earlier on. We had one DNF of Carlos Sainz, who DNF'd to a mechanical issue. Max Verstappen finishes off the season with a win to round off his season of dominance, as Norris comes in second and third to Leclerc. We came in 10th with 51 points in the end, over Gasly with 33. In the Constructors, Red Bull ended up winning over McLaren and Ferrari. We came in P6 with 84 points on the board, as Visa Cash App had 21 points and Kicksauber and Haas both were still pointless at the end of the season. We finished in top 10 finishes 10 times this season, so we've got an increased awareness. We've gotten the championship points of earning 50 championship points, and we've done that just in the season. We gain experience, a few levels of experience. We gain some racecraft. We gain awareness, and a lot of it. And we gain some pace and some focus as well to go with it. and we increase ourselves higher in the level of 76, as we're currently 50-50 with Pierre Gasly as we're going out of the season. And we've gotten nearly a manufacturing expert upgrade, not quite a power consultant upgrade, and some material fabrication planner and quality assurance tester. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more racing content. In the next video we'll see the driver changes for the next season, and also decide where we're going to head for the next season. See ya and goodbye.